So I just finished art journaling. I'm by the ocean, as you can probably tell, or probably hear the ocean waves. And I can't tell if I'm feeling just really relaxed or just tired, like I'm about to slump and just fall face flat and go to sleep. I feel like there's this the word that keeps coming up is energy, but I don't know if it's energy. I just feel really like zoned out for whatever reason. So this topic and this teaching has been coming up a lot lately in my life, and I don't know if this is something that you can, or maybe you can resonate with it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clicked on this video, judging from the title. And I would say that you don't necessarily have to be a religious person to understand this concept or to truly believe it. As long as you believe that everything is interconnected and everything is all a pattern of something from something bigger, then this statement would sit true to you and it would apply to you in the most meaningful and beautiful way, in the most intentional way as well. I truly believe that this statement is very necessary for us to practice and to really embody that, like to live it. And I'll talk a little bit more about how to embody this statement. You know, the statement, trust in the timing of your life. You can call it God's timing, universe's timing. I personally call it universe's timing or spirit's timing. And the reason why I believe it's so important for us to embody this statement into our lives is because there is just something greater and bigger out there. You don't necessarily see it tangibly yet in your reality, but I do believe that there is some kind of life force or energy going around this universe that connects us to this, that connects us to the timeline that is meant for us and that is perfect and correct for us. It's funny, as I just started talking about this and going a bit more in depth, there are birds around me chirping. Maybe the birds know that I'm talking about this, or maybe they understand. I don't know. So what does trusting the timing of your life mean? It means going slow. It means not rushing. And instead of trying to force and really push and control every single detail of your life, you just let life happen and unfold in the way that it should, according to timing. An example could be, say you apply for a job and you really want it, you really want to go after it. An example of not trusting your timing is constantly worrying and checking to see if you've heard back from the place that you've applied to. Constantly wondering in your mind and energetically and internally, wondering, oh, did my job application get through? Are they going to respond? Have they responded yet? What are they going to say to me? Am I rejected? Oh my God, I don't think I have it. That is a sign of not trusting the timing of your life. You're constantly checking, looking for signs and for evidence that it's not going to work out because you don't trust and you don't believe that it will happen for you. And the sign that you do trust in the timing of your life is you take action according to your values, like your life values. You send in that job application, you send it out into the internet sphere or the universe. You hand it out and you say, there, I have done my part. I've responded in the way that is right according to me, and I'll just let the universe take my job application, put it in their hands, and I will sit and wait patiently for the response. Another sign that you trust in the timing of your life, now, and going back to this example of the job application, is having the belief that you are okay and content regardless of whether you got the job or not, because you know and trust that you would be fine either way in either scenarios, because you trust if you didn't get the job, then you know wholeheartedly that it's not meant for you. You trust and believe and tell yourself, maybe there's a reason why I didn't get it. Maybe deep down, I just wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready to be open and to receiving the experience just yet, because there's something else I need to learn. Whatever that may be. You might not know what you need to learn yet, but you trust and know there is something. There's a missing piece there. I had a conversation with a friend about this. She's spiritual, she's Christian, and I asked her for her thoughts on this because it's something that spiritual, how do you say it? It's something that spiritual organizations practice, let's call it that. And I asked her, what are the signs telling you that you don't trust in God's timing or universe's timing? And the first topic that came up is on the word control. Really wanting to control every single detail of your life. You have a path, you have a set path and a plan, and you keep your vision on that path so, hyper focused and hyper vigilant about it, that you are just not open to other alternatives, or that you're not open to other opportunities that might come your way. So you're only just tunnel visioning on that path. Like you will do whatever it takes to keep you on that path. And say if life throws you off, if a change throws you off and kicks you a little bit out of the path, you start to panic and you start to freak out because you believe that this is the only path for you. But how can that be? How can life be that way when there's only one path for you? I say this because I truly believe that whatever path that you are on, no matter how messy it might be, no matter how chaotic or non-linear it might be, you are meant to be on this path, no matter what. There's a reason why you had to veer and take a heavy U-turn. There's another metaphor for you. Take a U-turn or get sidetracked a little bit. I think it helps us to be so much more at peace with this when we realize, when we can tell ourselves, oh, maybe there's a reason why I had to veer off in a different direction. Looking at it from an observant point of view, taking a step back and looking at things objectively and as a third person, and saying to yourself, okay, what is this whole big picture and situation trying to tell me? If we're so hyper-focused and so control in wanting to get things to pan out in the way that we want to, we lose sight of many other things going on in our lives. We lose sight of what's in the background, or we lose sight of what could be on the other end, or that we don't even notice it. We let it slip by and let it miss us because, again, we are tunnel visioning. I take on this statement, trusting the timing of your life, to heart now, because I've experienced not trusting the timing of my life, and I only know it now, like right now. I only know that I didn't trust the timing of my life right now because I was able to look at my past experiences and past mistakes from a bigger lens, from a bird's eye perspective. Obviously, I didn't know that I didn't trust the timing of my life when it was happening back then. I was too engrossed in my ego's desires, and what I thought I wanted. I was too entrapped in that. Hello, birdie. Oh. It's like 3 birds just arrived. Wonder what they want. Yeah, so to give you an example and to give you some context, I thought I wanted the career that I did, which was I went into my master's program in counseling and art therapy so that I could be a school counselor. I was very set on this path. I went into this program knowing, okay, I'm going to study this so that I can be a school counselor, so that I can work in international schools and travel around the world and take 2.5 months off during the summer. Like, that was my plan. I was so set on it. And a sign that was telling me that I was too controlling of this path was that I was desperate. I was desperate to find a school counselor job, just about anything, to the point where I didn't really ask proper questions during the interview process. I didn't care. I just wanted the job so that I could get the experience and get hired in international schools. And it's funny, like, looking back, I knew that job wasn't for me during orientation day. I just knew, but I refused to listen to my body. There was just something that didn't sit right, and I couldn't pinpoint it, but it was literally on the first day. Now looking back and reflecting back, it was on the first day where I thought, there's something weird, something wrong here. And so I quit. I quit after 6 months in that job. I was totally burnt out. I didn't know what I was doing. I was struggling a lot. The burnout was so bad that I started medication for it for the first time ever. The burnout was so bad that it impacted my romantic relationship at that time as well. So those are all nuggets and signs from the universe literally screaming at you, telling you, hey, this is clearly not for you. Like, these are all the signs. Like, I was constantly tired. I was constantly irritated. I was very insecure. I was overthinking so much. I stopped exercising. I didn't have energy to cook meals for myself. Like, clearly they were all signs. And now I know. Now I know. It was pretty bad. A huge reason why we need to trust the timing of our life is so that it just puts the stress away from, it takes the stress away from you. Like, it's less pressure on you. Because you know and trust and believe that it will all work out in the end. And knowing that what's meant for you will arrive for you. It will arrive to you at the right time. It might not be now. It might not be at a time that you want. But when it does come and when it does arrive, it's going to feel so good and feels so right. And that's the other word too that my friend brought up, is control. As in, you know, signs that you're not trusting the timing of your life is control. And the second word that came up for me is impatience. And third word, desperation. Control, impatience, desperation. Like, it all makes sense now, right? Like, imagine that you are approaching something like a life plan, or that you are taking action towards a goal, and you come from this energy of desperation. Like, you just, I just really want it. I want it so bad, because if I don't have it now, then my life is gonna suck. Like, that's desperation energy to me. Imagine approaching something with that energy. It doesn't sound very nice, right? Not that I've acted it out and said it out loud for you. You know, that energy of, I have to have this, because it's sending that message to us that we are not enough if we don't have this external thing. But you know what? At the same time, I believe that all of the things that happened in the past, those lessons and experience, they were meant to happen. Otherwise, they wouldn't lead you to where you are now. I'm saying this for myself. I don't think I would have come to this place of practicing spirituality if it weren't for those painful life experiences and painful life lessons. And now I am forever grateful that I am here. I am forever grateful, feeling so connected with nature and with the universe. Like, it's such a beautiful practice to be interconnected in this way. And I do believe it. I truly believe there's something going on this planet, on this universe here, whatever that may be, that energy, that just like you sense it, you know? Yeah, that is all I have to say for this video. I feel like as a collective, we need to hear messages like this. I find it to be so extremely healing and so insightful and eye-opening to practice this. Embodying, trusting the timing of your life is letting go of control while taking inspired action that is intentional with your heart and your soul, taking action according to what you believe in and what you really value. And also at the same time, letting the universe take your plans into their own hands. It's like you giving a contract, a signed contract, or whatever, like a document, having a document and you handing it to the universe and saying, here, I've done my part. Now I trust and give this to you to make it happen. That's what embodying, trusting the timing of your life feels like. It's total flow with intentional, heart-led actions and knowing wholeheartedly and believing that what is meant for you will come to you. If you've watched all the way to the very end, thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye.